Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Cardmon Hero. This is a free-to-play, they call it a multi-action fantasy role-playing MMO. It's kind of a weird base because it's got card-based and it's also got your standard attacks and things like that. So it is kind of a different type of game. I did create one character for my last video, but we're going to go ahead and create a new one so you guys can see what that's all about. The character creation is pretty basic. You don't have a lot of customization because this is essentially your class, and you adjust your class as you're going through the game by picking up different cards that you're going to use, and different mercenaries essentially is what they're called, that you're going to use when you get into battle. So let's go ahead and let's do a male character this time. Let's go ahead and name him real quick. And let's go through some of these. So you've got a few different hair types. Let's go with that and go through a few different faces. There we go. And you got a few different costumes. Pretty funny look to them. And let's go with those shoes, and let's see what we got here. Let's go with the two-handed sword. There we go. So you got this basic description as far as it's kind of hard to say that this is your actual class because it's really not. But you do have certain things that you do in the game and certain items that you pick up and things like that that are only usable based upon what type of weapon you select. And if you want to and you just want to do random, you can hit that a few times until you get something that you like. So let's create that character and let's get into the game so you guys can see what it's all about. So there we go, we've got our character, and let's hit start. So we're going to head to the abandoned theme park. And once we're in here, this is essentially your basic, simple tutorial that you'll walk through some of the basic commands. You do walk around with WAS and D. You can also walk around with point and click. This is taking a little bit to load up, so I'm actually going to pause the video until we are fully loaded up. So there we go, we've gotten all loaded up, and let's find our first quest giver. There she is. So let's go ahead and pick up that quest. And she wants us to go talk to a priest over here. So as you can see, moving around with WAS and D, you can also click on the ground, hold down right click, and you can move your camera around. From the get-go, you can see right now that the graphics are kind of an anime or cartoon base setup. You can hear that they put some time into the musical score also. And you see you've got these different cutscenes that you can either watch or quickly get through, but they don't last very long, so you can get through them pretty quick. Let's head over here and jump on board this ship to take us to our next location. You can see here's the basic map structure, and it's fairly linear as far as your progression. You move along, and you've got different kind of town areas that you're going to be able to head into and things like that. So the map is pretty cool, and the way that it's set up is structured well to move you along through the game nicely. So here we are in the forest of the beginning, essentially because we are beginning. So let's get through these, and let's get on to over here. It needs our help, monster attack, so it looks like we're finally going to get into some combat. So let's go talk to this guy, and I believe he will give us our first card for combat.
Yeah, what do you want?
So let's see what we got here. So let's bring those up. So you can see here we do start with a few different items in our hotbar. We've got this first skill, which is Sweeping Strike, that we're going to be able to use, and then we've got a healing card, which it's not really potions because it's a card-based game, so they do give you healing cards to use. So, and we're going to pick up our first mercenary, which is the Strong Spearman card. So let's accept that. And let's confirm, and then they drop that right in there. And as you can see, each time you load a card into your hotbar, into your hotkeys, it has a little cooldown time, so you can't just keep changing them in and out. So, and it tells you right here, you drag the card normally to get them in there. But let's take and pick up this last quest from him. He wants us to take out 3 of these toy golems. He's going to show us where the golems are with this little cutscene real quick. Let's hit enter and get through that. So he wants to take them out, so sure, why not, we'll take them out for you. So let's get those summoned. So there we go, we brought them out, And let's start targeting stuff, and let's use our sweeping skill. So there we go, we've used our first skill. You can see that it then goes into its cooldown. And these guys will continue to attack and keep taking these guys out as long as you want them to. But they are limited. As you can see, the card is now gone. So I only got them. It's a one-use card. There's some cards that are one-use. There's some that are permanent. And then like these here, these are skills. And same with the, you can see this is it says card type skill. So we've taken out our 3. So let's head back over here and turn in our quest.
Yeah. What do you want?
So there we go. And we get to pick one of these 2. And this is what I was talking about when we were creating the character, how certain card types go with certain weapon types. So you see this is more for your magic users, whether you've got one-handed magic weapon, two-handed magic weapon like staff or wand, and then the crystal ball. And then this one is for the more warrior type or fighter type. And so we're going to pick that one up. And let's accept that quest. Wants us to head off to talk to another guy. So you can see here requires level 2, but we definitely want to get that into our hotbar. So there we go, and it's got 30-second cooldown. Does require level 2, but it is a skill. So it'll be ready for us as soon as we level, and we're about halfway there. You can see down here at the bottom we've got our experience bar here in the yellow. But we do start with this traveler's box, so let's open that up and see what we get with it. So we've got a few different items here that we got with that. We've got some more of the healing potion, one use, and then we've got the magic potion, which we probably won't use too much because we don't really blow through mana, even though we do have this one skill here. And then we got a helping hand card chest. So helping hand for 3 days. So let's use that item now. And there we go. Now what that did, I'm not exactly sure, but it says we've got the helping hand for 3 days. So let's talk to this guy, turn in our quest, and he needs us to do a few things. For him, he needs us to find his stolen luggage, and then what else? He needs revenge. He wants us to kill 3 of these guys. So let's accept that and confirm, and we'll move on. And you can see here you can take in based upon where these green dots are, that's the different hotbars you're going to use. So you can set up different hotbars with different cards and different kind of like deck structures and things like that. And it also works on this side too. So you can have another additional over here, and just by moving around these little green dots, as you can see here, it's set to that one right now, but you can change it. And then you'll be able to use different decks for different scenarios and things like that. But let's go ahead and take out these guys real quick so we can complete our quest. One of them's going to drop our stolen luggage. Not that one. Let's see if we can get this one to drop it. Let's use our skill again. You can see this little card comes up every time you use your skill. And you can highlight over them so you can see exactly what the skill will do. Let's take this guy out and stuff like that. As far as, like I was saying, what the skill will do. Like this one, it recovers 51 hit points by using mana points. This one hits one enemy for physical attack plus 12 and decreases physical magic damage by 3 for 5 seconds. So we got a bunch of loot right there. So we did get our stolen luggage on the last one, so let's go turn that in. And it looks like we've got another player here. Now as far as new players jumping into the game, you don't see a ton of new players, but you know, that's not really that big of a deal, especially since most people have a tendency, I know I myself usually solo until I'm about level 10 or so, and then I'll start looking for people to do, whether it's instances or group battles or group up to do harder quests and things like that. And we did just level up, and we do get stat points, so let's bring up our what is it, our character info, our hero info, sorry. So let's close that. And then for the stat points, we don't assign them directly to these different attributes. We bring up this little bar here, and we can either assign them to power, intelligence, dexterity, wisdom, or health. And you know what? Power makes everything go down faster, so let's put everything in there. And as you saw, let's reset real quick. We did have 6 points. So each time you upgrade one of these, it does take 2 points. I'm not sure, I haven't gotten high enough level to see it take more than 2 points. But once you assign them, you hit apply, and there we go. We saw that our physical attack went up by 3. So let's head on with our next quest and see what he wants us to do. So for whatever reason, this one is now a blue exclamation point with a little purple star around it. Not exactly sure why it's that instead of the gold one. Maybe because it's part of the storyline or something like that. Because you can see this little cutscene pops up. And as you may have heard, I might have been talking over it, but there are some voice acting and things like that. So there's definitely some time put into the game. And as far as those little nuances that add to your experience when you are playing these MMOs, especially when there's nobody around, as you can see right now, for me to talk with or kind of socialize with. So let's turn in that, accept that, and that must have been that it was part of the storyline, because now you see that she has this new quest for me, and it's of the gold variety. So she's got an MP recovery card for me, so let's accept that reward. And we can move on to send messages, which looks like it takes us to the next area, which is right up here. So let's cruise up here and head to a dim field. You just click on that, and it'll take us to the next area. And you guys get to hear my awesome dog in the background that's probably looking outside and seeing a cat or something along those lines. But as we move on with turning these quests, get our reward, we got a warp card, which this box contains 3 warp cards. Item enables to move position of a selected monster. Malfunction when moved to an unexpected area, so be careful when using. Alright, well, I'll be really careful. Let's pick up the, so he wants us to kill 3 Wargalls, and it looks like we've got another quest as far as the storyline is concerned. So let's move along. We've got that, and let's confirm. And we've got some more guys over here. Let's take a look. It looks like we've got some merchants. Let's see what they have to sell. They have for sale.
Nice to meet you.
Browse weapons. Looks like we've got our standard setup as far as our merchants are concerned. Most of the weapons here looks like he doesn't have availability until we reach level 3, so we're going to have to do a little bit more questing. So let's pick up the quest that he has for us. So how to use weapons. Hits accept that. Basic, simple stuff. And we're going to pick up one of these two. Since we are using physical weapons, we don't want to pick up the magical weapon chest, so let's pick that one up. So we got that. Weapon and defeat. So let's accept that quest. Weapon skill reward. We've got the option, once again, you can see here, based upon the weapon type. So we're going to pick throw rock and pick that up. Let's take a look at some of the cards we have. So we do have this, which is summon card, so we'll put that right down in that one slot there. Let's see, let's open up let's see what physical weapons he's got for us. So essentially it gives us one of each kind. We can't use any of them until we reach level 3, which will be soon enough. And then we've got our other skills, so let's drop that over here with the rest of our skills. And move on. Let's actually start using let's head out here. Here's the Wargall. We do have to take out 3 of these, so let's head out and as you can see, we've got a 1-minute cooldown on this regular Gall before we can actually summon him and have him start attacking for us. So it looks like we're actually taking some damage from these guys for once. And then as you can see, I'm getting these yellow arc stones. So in the yellow arc stones, you can see the yellow arc stone is strong magic, able to enchant special power into the weapon. So we do have a crafting system and an enchantment system in the game, so you can upgrade your weapons and your armor and stuff like that. And as you can see, we've got the 2 different sets. You can do a decorative set or your actual weapons and armor set. So let's head over here and take out that guy, and let's take a look at our card book. And the card book is essentially all the different cards that are available. So you can see it's S season. Not exactly sure what the S season is for. Maybe one of you guys who does know can comment and tell us what that's for. We do have the card book, which is all the different cards, so you can take a look and see all the different cards. You have some pretty cool cards here. You could take and see the animations of the monsters that you can summon. You can actually turn them around and see the skills that they have and the different properties that they have and things like that. So it's pretty intense. There's a lot of cards here. You can see our card album, which right now is loading card information. We don't have any cards, so you have to pick up the cards and then you load them into your card album, and then you're able to access them whenever you want. So let's take out this 3rd Wargall that we need to take out for our quest and move on to the next. Let's bring up our quest system. You've got the scenario quest. So this is what we were talking about. The scenario quest is essentially the quest that we had with the blue exclamation point and the purple star around them. Then you've got your general quest, which is the one we just completed. We've killed the 3 Wargalls, and that sits in the general. And then you've got daily, which we have none of. We can do 20 daily quests. So let's head back and turn our quests in. And let's talk to this guy and get this quest turned in. There we go. See how close we're going to get to our next level. So it looks like we do get a different fashion, so we could pick up different hair type. Let's pick up dandy hair. So there we go. We've got our dandy hair. We can open the B window. And the dismantle, you can activate the window. Allows you to just disassemble different items. When items and cards are disassembled, you'll receive bonus items and Arcstone. So that's part of your whole creation or your crafting type scenario. Let's see if we can actually disassemble. We're not going to use that, so let's see if we can disassemble that. So let's start and see what happens. So there we go. We did get a few items for disassembling that, so you guys got an idea of how that works. Let's turn in our other quest. Oh, that's actually in progress. We need to head off in a different direction. And we'll head over here and talk to this guy. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about Cardmon Hero, you can read our full review at mmoden.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.